Today, with X-ray computed tomography, I will be trying to find an answer for an age-old question of how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take an initial tomography of the pop, and then I will do 100 licks and then do another tomography that will give me the initial distance and then the distance of 100 licks. If I divide that by 100, that'll give me the average lick efficiency, if you would like to call it that. And then we know the distance we need to travel, we know the average lick efficiency, and then we can calculate how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. So here we can see everything: the wrapping, the stick, the hard candy, and the center. I'll show the ortho slice here soon to get a better contrast of the center. And we see there are bubbles throughout the hard candy, and we see right away that the center is not a sphere within the center of a sphere. And that means that if we lick on the left here or on the right, we're going to get quite different numbers for how many licks it takes to get to the center. Like right here, that could take many, like hundreds of licks, and then maybe that would only take, tens. Okay, now I'm going to do the after lick scan, and I actually ended up licking this 200 times, keep that in mind, because it didn't seem like 100 licks was doing too much damage. However, changes even on the micron level should have been observable with the Nikon. And so now we take the pristine sample, the unlicked, and the licked, and we overlay them. This is made easy because they both still have the stick in common. So once we get these perfectly aligned, we can see the difference between the licked and the unlicked.
So there's the before with the wrapping around, and the after. Yeah. Where?
Once we had the two ortho slices perfectly aligned, we measured the depth change, which was 1.53 millimeters, and we divide that by 200 to get the lick efficiency of 0.00765 millimeters, or 7.65 micrometers. Now this sample here is another pristine one, which I've marked with a glob of blue tack. And so that's going to be our area of interest, and we can calculate the depth to the center of the Tootsie Pop, where the blue tack is. And this depth was 5.7 millimeters, which we divide by our lick efficiency to give us an estimate of 745 licks. In order to test our estimate in terms of how many licks it's going to take, we have employed our residency lick efficiency analyst, Ian, and we have our chief licker, Kofi, here. Now, if you would just
unwrap this and lick in this area while Ian monitors the number of licks. We can test to see if our estimate is close. You may begin. Yeah, that appears to be the center.
Celebrate. Come on.
Grand total.
Do the grand
is
total.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and 10, 20.
Exclamation marks. There we go.
624 licks.
There we go.
The estimate looks to be 121 licks off. And since we didn't do any replicates of this test, we don't really have any statistical significance. To 121 licks off doesn't seem too bad. And I think to better this number, we could consider some variables that may affect the lick efficiency. First, you have the surface area of the contact with the pop, and then you have effects like temperature, and also we've seen quite a few bubbles within the material, the hard candy, that could affect our estimates. But the main takeaway here with the computed tomography is that it is not a sphere within the center of a sphere, and so depending on what angle you attack the pop at, you can get drastically different numbers for how many licks it takes to get to the center. And I hope you've enjoyed this so far, and please consider liking and subscribing for more interesting content in the future. Bye.